Good, happy Monday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Stash Dash draws over 300 runners to Manchester. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
More than 300 runners gathered in the Manchester Mill Yard this morning to raise awareness for prostate cancer. The Stash Dash 5K drew a big crowd to Arms Park. Organizers say with 313 runners today, this was their biggest race in the 5 years of holding the event. The co-founders both lost their fathers to prostate cancer.
We just wanted to raise awareness for the cause. We find that, women are the advocates. Women are the ones that, get awareness and get people to get their husbands checked.
The Mill Yard course proved a breeze for the top finishers this year. For the men, Alan Surratt of Malden, Massachusetts finished first. For the women, it was Julie Gallagher of Londonderry.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Looks like a fun race and a fun event. Man, mustaches everywhere. Looks fun. Boston rally supporters immigrants with temporary protective status. Politicians and activists rallied at Massachusetts State House to support immigrants awaiting the fate of temporary protective status program that allows them to remain in the country. Somerville Mayor Joseph Catutone, several state lawmakers in Massachusetts, residents protected under TPS are expected to speak at the Wednesday gathering. The deadline for President Donald Trump's administration to extend the status of citizens of Nigeria and Honduras is Monday. For Haitians, it's November 23rd. Without extensions, residents from those countries would have to leave by January, when their current authorization expires. Contro, President, one of the organization coordinators, Wednesday rally says thousands of people in Massachusetts could be impacted by the decision. Nationwide, roughly 320,000 immigrants from 10 different countries have been granted the temporary status. Armed robbery makes off with money in South Portland. An armed man robbed the Circle K convenience store at 690 Main Street late Sunday night, South Portland police said. A man entered the store around 10:15 p.m., showed a gun and demanded cash, police said. The man's face was covered with a white mask. The robber made off with an undisclosed amount of money, police said. No one was hurt. He was described as being white and about 5 feet 6 inches tall. Police said they are following up on several leads and are asking the public for assistance in identifying the man. Anyone with information is asked to call the investigation officer, Detective Scott suspect at 207-799-5511, extension 7449. And here's a photo of that suspect. If you recognize him, call South Portland Police. Broadcom is preparing to make an unsolicited offer to Qualcomm as early as today. Broadcom is preparing to unveil an unsolicited offer to buy Qualcomm for as much as $70 a share in cash and stock tomorrow morning, in a bold bid to become a dominant supplier of communications chips to the wireless industry. People close to the situation told CNBC yesterday. "26 dead, 20 injured in massacre at rural Texas church, worst in state's history." Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
We begin tonight with that breaking news. A mass shooting at an American church. A gunman opening fire during a service at the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, a tiny town just southeast of San Antonio. At least 26 people were killed, including the pastor's own 14-year-old daughter. At least 20 others injured, many of them airlifted to nearby hospitals. FBI special agents now on the scene, and this just in, law enforcement officials have identified the suspect as Devin Kelly. You see him there. An entire town in shock as they learn the devastating news. This massacre is now the deadliest church shooting in America and the fourth deadliest mass shooting behind Las Vegas, Orlando, and Virginia Tech. We've just learned the president has been briefed several times while overseas in Japan, and we're also getting word about a hero neighbor who engaged the gunman and possibly helped save lives. We begin tonight with ABC's Marcus Moore on the scene just outside of the church.
Tonight, a tiny Texas town, the site of a massacre. The shooting inside a Baptist church. First responders descending on the scene.
We have 6 ambulances in a row.
Those ambulances racing to the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Authorities say it started at about 11:20 this morning when a gunman walked in during Sunday services and opened fire on the congregation. As he exited the church to reload, a local resident grabbed his rifle and shot him. The suspect got away, but that Good Samaritan wasn't far behind.
The shooter of the church had taken off, fled in his vehicle, and the other gentleman came and he said we needed to pursue him, that he just shot up the church, and so that's what I did.
The suspect dead, his vehicle found a county away from the church.
And be with us here as we learn to deal with this.
Outside the church, tears and prayers as people gather awaiting word on loved ones possibly inside.
No, there's no words. There's just, this happens in New York, in big cities. No one's safe.
Word quickly spreading through the town of less than 1,000 people. A pastor from a neighboring church arriving to help.
We all know, and we're all prepared right now, that we're going to hear names and we're going to know every one of them.
Texas Rangers securing the scene. The FBI and the ATF now investigating as authorities assess the horrifying tolls. 26 dead, including the pastor's 14-year-old daughter. Late tonight, Texas Governor Greg Abbott responding to the massacre.
As governor, I ask for every mom and dad at home tonight that you put your arm around your kid and give your kid a big hug and let them know how much you love them.
And Marcus Moore joins us live from outside that church. Marcus, you reported the shooter is dead, and now we're learning there's multiple crime scenes?
Yeah, Tom, that's right. The first scene is the church itself. There's a second scene just outside. And the third scene is the car the suspect used, where tonight we're learning that investigators found several more weapons. Tom.
Police combing over all those clues. All right, Marcus Moore reporting live for us from Sutherland Springs.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report from ABC News. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another news report, and I'll see you back here for another newscast as well. Goodbye, everyone.